I've had visions of, having a party bus and boats and floats going down East 9th, hosting that trophy, and that's my vision.
Just that thought gives us all chills, without a doubt. All over Northeast Ohio, heck, all over the Buckeye State as the Cavaliers open up the preseason. And yes, a sight for sore eyes. LeBron James putting back on number 23 as you fans wanted him to, and his two boys did. He said it was a slam dunk. I had to go back to my number. And oh yeah, he's got some help. Kevin Love, of course, acquired in the summer of love, if you will, along with some other guys who can win some championships and have before, like Sean Marion, who has a ring from Dallas. LeBron, of course, has two pieces of jewelry in his hardware case, winning titles in Miami. Brendan Haywood that way as well. So now, can they add more? That's the question that's going to unfold really over the next 5-6 years. And we start here tonight. Good evening, everybody. I'm Fred McLeod with Mr. Cavalier Austin Carr. We're also tuning in tonight to see not only LeBron in his return, but also this offense of new head coach David Blatt and how all these high-powered pieces will fit, because it's a key element to their success.
Yes, it is. I mean, when you take a look at all the talent we have, what you're going to see basically, Fred, is a lot of movement, a lot of cutting, a lot of spacing, and a fast, up-tempo style of game. The one thing that hurts this is too much dribbling. You will not see too much dribbling.
Pretty much in training camp and the scrimmage, the ball's been hopping all over the place. Bodies have been moving. So high expectation from these guys in the locker room that they're going to be able to score. But, of course, there's the defensive side. We'll get into that a little bit later in the broadcast. All right. One of the new faces, of course, who also has some championship hardware, Mike Miller. He joins Alex Clifton.
All right, thanks, Fred. Mike, you guys finally have an opportunity to compete against a team other than yourselves tonight. What can the fans expect to see?
A lot of fun. For us, it's a lot of fun to get out here and compete against someone else. We've been banging each other for the last week and a half, so it'll be fun to see some fresh faces out here, but it's fun for these fans, too. Give them a little bit of a glimpse of what's to come.
Mike, thanks for your time. Good luck.
Thank you.
Spoken like a true veteran right there. Of course, David Blatt mentioning tonight will be a good test of just how good our fundamentals and principles are. Should be a good one. Fred?
All right, Allie, thanks. Mike Miller played 82 games a year ago, the only Memphis Grizzly to do that. He says he feels fine. So the Cavaliers will roll out here tonight. First of 7 preseason games. Coming up next on Fox Sports Ohio. Crowd still filing in. Of course, many with a pep in their step after the Brownies did their thing with the come-from-behind victory today in Nashville. Now they're coming in to see if the Cavaliers can light up the scoreboard. Back with the opening tip and the intros coming up next on Fox Sports Ohio. Tel Aviv came to town. It was 2006, so 8 years ago. So LeBron has faced these guys, but Maccabi comes in as the reigning EuroLeague champions, which touched off quite a celebration. In fact, in Tel Aviv, 100,000 people turned out for the celebration this past summer, and that man, David Blatt, was actually thrown up in the air by his players on the victory podium as they were celebrating what was considered kind of a shocking upset with the way they began the season, but further entrenching himself into Israeli basketball lore. He went over there as a player, then because of an injury had to start his coaching career prematurely in 1993. He's lived overseas 32 years, grew up outside Boston in Framingham, Mass. In fact, his high school coach will be coming to a game here at the Q in a couple of weeks, but revered not only in Israel but in Russia, where he led that country to a a bronze medal in the Olympics. Let's now hear the introductions, including that one for the King.
Cavalier fans, are you ready? starting at the other guard from Syracuse, number 3, Dion Waiters. He's starting at center, and he's from Texas, number 13, Tristan Thompson. He's starting at the power forward. He's from UCLA, number 0, Kevin Love. From St. Vincent, St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio, number 23, LeBron James. Cavalier fans, one more time, make some noise for your Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, Loudville dusting off 4 years of angst and ready to yell as LeBron James back in town indeed as head coach David Blatt. He says an emotional night for him coaching against Maccabi Tel Aviv. He told AC and I just moments before tip, he says, I love those guys, talking about the coaching staff and the players that he coached. And now he's going against a guy who was his assistant, now the head coach of Maccabi Tel Aviv, in Guy Gudis. But David Blatt's focus right now is his basketball team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and how they can get off to a good start. Jeremy Pargo, familiar name for Maccabi, former Cavalier for a short period of time, and he has rave reviews for David Blatt. We'll hear from him a little bit later on. Marcus Haynes is there, along with Devin Smith, Guy Panini, and Alex Reach, who's from Australia. They have 11 players on the roster who at least played in the U.S., not necessarily American-born. They do have 6 U.S.-born players on their roster, but many of them at least came over to the U.S. to play collegiately, something that David Blatt's son may do, in fact. Tamir is a high school standout in Israel right now. There's Guy Gudis in his first year at the helm, and that is one of the pressurized jobs in all of basketball. If you lose one game, there are murmurs about your job. If you lose 2 in a row, they start looking for your replacement. That's how tough it is.
That is a tough situation.
Isn't that something?
On top of that, he's replacing a legend. And when you do that, you always have a lot of people second-guessing you.
Kyrie Irving coming off, of course, the FIBA World Cup Most Valuable Player honor. Shot over 60% from three-point land and comes in brimming with confidence, playing with great players. And I think that's going to bode him well in terms of what he does with the likes of Kevin Love and LeBron James.
But what I like the most out of that whole situation is he played more like a real point guard.
Yep.
And he picked his spots to be the Kyrie we know. But leading the team is what LeBron is more interested in the half-court situation.
Yeah, it's been attacked. We are underway. Preseason 2014 here on Fox Sports Ohio. Ball tipped away and stolen by Maccabi.
See, and the difference is, right there, practice is a lot different in game situations because in practice, nobody would challenge that pass, but game opportunities, every pass will be challenged.
Panini fires and hits a 3-ball. This is their 9th game, Maccabi. They are 6-2, most recently playing in Rio de Janeiro. Ironically enough, that's where the Cavs are headed next week. And they will play in this 17-day trip. They'll play the Brooklyn Nets in a few days. Cross-court feed, nearly stolen. Dion Waiters sizing him up. LeBron on high, has to hoist a long one. Got it for 3. How about that for a start?
Well, just when you're in the nick of time, King James is deep in the queue.
Coming off his best shooting season with the Miami Heat last season. Marquez Haynes likes to get to the rack. Panini off his hip, and he hit it.
Again, they're not a flashy team. They just execute their offense well and very good shooters.
So it's 5-2, Maccabi Tel Aviv. Waiters against Pargo. Ball snapped to the corner. In deep. Kevin Love, the jump hook. That's one of his go-to moves, as you fans will come to see on the block.
That happens because the ball is moving and he's in position at the right time.
Long launch goes from Devin Smith.
This team shoots the ball well. Cavs don't have to defend.
was all Euro Cup the last couple of seasons, Smith was. Played his college ball at Virginia. Left-hand feet, Love inside. Tristan Thompson hit the bottom of the iron. But a fine delivery by Love, who's a very good passer. Let's go back to LeBron's late shot clock 3 a moment ago.
Well, they spread the floor. The ball is moving from one side to the other, and that gives you an opportunity to find the hole. LeBron finds the crease. Good pass by Dion. LeBron knocks it down.
Backdoor cut. Nearly stolen. In fact, it was by Kyrie Irving. Saw it coming. Intended for Pargo. Irving weaving his way. Dances. Scores right down Euclid.
You're not going to stop Kyrie in the full court with one man. You're just not going to do it. He's too good.
That's what the Cavs would love to do, of course, is up-tempo this season with all the weapons they have. Panini run off the spot by Love. A good challenge by the Cavs. Here comes LeBron. Open floor. Vernon Akron rubbers. He goes to work, and he was fouled. And they're going to say in the act of shooting.
You know, partner, that has to be a frightening sight.
Oh, yeah.
This is to have LeBron.
Makes you on the retreat, doesn't it?
Coming at you full speed? No. What do I do now? Get out of the way.
And he always seems to be running downhill,
Right.
as Kyrie did here.
Kyrie doing a good job of getting himself free in order to get to that big man where he can get to the basket.
LeBron a season ago played 77 games. Consider the fact that he has played in 98% of his NBA games.
And see, you can tell.
97, actually. He's only missed 27 games in his career to injury.
And you can tell that they're a little bit hesitant. They're thinking a lot because this is real action. They've been playing against each other for almost 2 weeks now. But real action, things change.
Maric through the shots. Played with Matthew Dellavedova on the Australian Olympic team. LeBron, turn shot to pass. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Deion Waiters gets a chance. Goes hard to the hole. Teardrop no. Thompson tipped it in. Says, I got your back.
Ooh. Double T was way up in the air that time for the follow-up. Deion, good penetration to the basket.
And that's what Tristan knows he needs to do is live downstairs. Good ball movement here to Smith. Missed it, though. Easy rebound for Tristan Thompson. Kevin Love drops it off. Ball was kicked. But Love a year ago averaged over 4 assists a game. That led all power forwards in the NBA.
Oh, yeah, he's a well-rounded basketball player. Tristan going inside. Deion doing a good job of driving, but Tristan keeping his eye on the ball gets the follow-up. But when you look at Tel Aviv play, this is how the Cavs will be as they go through the season, I think, in a couple months. They will move the ball without dribbling as much as they have once they get used to the offense and how it's run.
Irving run off the spot. Fights it up. Thompson with the left hand. So Kyrie a quick 4. Cavs by 5 now. Thompson front of the post. Haynes jumping. Good challenge by Waiters. LeBron. Lead feed. Waiters. Oh, he missed it. Thompson again. Cleaned it up and he was fouled.
Yeah, he was thinking about dunking.
Yes, he was.
He wanted to dunk it, but he got too far into the basket.
But a perfect lead feed by LeBron.
He was actually, his step took him away from the basket. Right there, it took him away from the basket, and he lost his balance because instead of going up, he went sideways.
Because we know he's a ferocious dunker.
Oh, yeah, that right there would have been a throwdown easy.
So a missed hammer in that case.
Missed hammer.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get to throw the hammer down. But, you know, watching Tel Aviv, again, like I said, when you watch the way they play, they don't dribble the ball hardly at all. That ball doesn't touch the floor hardly at all. And that is what Coach Black has brought to their team, and he's trying to bring to the Cavs. This team will end up being similar to them as far as how they move the ball.
Yeah, that's the biggest difference in the European flair that David brings. And San Antonio played so beautifully, of course, with moving the ball. 5 players many times touching the ball in a possession. Pargo for 3. So Jeremy Pargo with his first triple. Played for Blatt a couple of seasons ago. And then, of course, came to the NBA. Actually spent some time, as you know, with the Cavs and Philadelphia. Kyrie spinning into a J. Here comes Maccabi. 4-point difference. Partido really is their go-to guy. But they lean upon him. Almost walks. Smith launches. Easy weak side rebound for Kevin Love. There's that long lead fee we're all anticipating to happen all season. Landesberg stealing it for them. Silva Landesberg.
One thing I noticed also, Maccabi, they get back on defense. They really cover the swing passes because that's how they play. So they understand what's happening. It's almost like Coach Blatt is playing against himself.
Yeah, I'm sure they anticipate some of the sets. They can't anticipate the skill level the Cavs have. Though.
Exactly right.
As Love just too aggressive on the reach in. Anderson Bergeau checking in to applause. And he took note of the fact that a Brazilian squad beat Maccabi Tel Aviv in their last ball game down in Rio. And again, the Cavs will leave Tuesday night for Rio de Janeiro. And they'll face the Miami Heat. That'll be next Saturday.
That should be interesting.
Just a little bit of drama there, even preseason. Smith off that high pick and roll. Jake Cohen on the floor for him. Smith beat the shot clock but missed it. Again, Maccabi does a nice job dropping back. LeBron added that post game, of course, to his arsenal in Miami. Love run off the three-point line. They scout him very well. Waiters tees it up. Hits it for three. He's been knocking down that shot, particularly from the corner, with regularity in training camp.
But he worked on that all summer, the catch and shoot. He's become deadly with the catch and shoot.
Here comes Park. Mesmerizing dribble. Missed it, though. Love looking for that outlet. It was covered up. Cavs by 7. LeBron had it knocked away. Good hands there by Alex Tyus, four-year college player out of Florida. Waiters turn the corner. Foul before the shot, so no continuation. And a timeout for the Cavaliers and David Blatt. But all the Cavaliers starters have scored so far, having all of their points in an 18-11 getaway.
Welcome back inside the Q. 18-11, your score. Cavs on top. Maccabi comes into tonight, as Fred mentioned, 6-2 already in their preseason, with one more stop in the U.S. against the Brooklyn Nets on Tuesday. As we take a look at 3 things to know about the Electra, Maccabi has been in full force since the end of August, unlike the NBA, which opened 1 week ago. They're no strangers, certainly, to having won the European Championships a season ago under the then head coach David Blatt. And finally, they are more than familiar with the NBA. In fact, they were the first European team in 27 years to beat an NBA team when they upset the Raptors in 2005. Fred, the one thing David Blatt said was they're going to come in here ready to play.
Yeah, you know they're well schooled in the system. Bergeau on the hook. And he soft touched.
Well, that is what I've found watching practice. Andy will have a field day inside because of the way the offense is set up. He only has to beat one man.
He has so much room to operate, right?
Yes.
Kevin Love won the battle, but in trying to save it, threw it out of bounds.
But I know that it feels good to be able to play against somebody other than yourselves. At this point in training camp, it gets very monotonous, and it just kind of wears on you playing against your teammates all the time.
Blatt's practices have been very high-octane paced. Not real long, but they go from station to station, drill to drill. Very little wasted time. And Jeremy Pargo and company know all about that. Smith goes inside. Nice little scoop score. Devin Smith has played in Spain, Italy, and Greece, as well as now in Israel. Shot was blocked by Tyus. Kept alive by Irving. Bergeau on the block. Good ball movement again. LeBron sees a lane. Waiter steps into the three-ball up. Here comes Pargo. 7-point gap. Pargo fouled from behind by LeBron James. Now we'll get our first look at Mike Miller, who comes off the bench, replacing Waiters. And Sean Marion is going to check in as well. He'll sub LeBron. Miller a couple of championship rings with, of course, the Heat. Marion in 11, winning one with Brendan Haywood in Dallas.
And a very, very big basketball IQ. I love listening to him talk the game.
Still very accomplished in defensive end. Lob for Tyus on the money by Pargo.
You see, that's the end of the floor where the Cavs are going to have to get a little bit better communication. The defensive end against NBA players, you're going to have trouble if you're not on the same page.
David Blatt admits his team much further ahead offensively than defensively. They haven't really put in a whole bunch, so that'll be a work in progress. Running the floor and knocking it away, Kevin Love. Still retained by Maccabi.
It's good running by Love to get back, because that would have been a layup if he hadn't been on the move.
Made up a lot of ground, Love did.
Yes, he did.
Landisberg missing. Love snaps that pass, but Pargo saw it coming. But you see the strength to throw that about 70 feet.
Well, he can pass it.
Nobody throws that pass in this modern NBA the way Kevin Love does.
They don't see it. He sees it because he's been around it so long, and he saw it growing up with his father in the Bullets.
Yeah, Wes Unseld specifically, who made that pass famous when he played with Kevin's dad, Stan Love, in Washington. So Pargo for a pair.
Yeah, I got my finger dislocated trying to block one of Wesley's passes.
Last year, Love had 72 assisted passes that went over 20 feet, and that was by far and away the best number in the NBA. Spencer Hawes was second in that department, I believe, with 32.
And see, all those type of stats will start to show up later on in the season once they get comfortable with playing together.
Irving gets the whole block, though. Beautiful defensive play by Tyus. Still retained by the Cavs. Shot clock still moving. Sean Marion. And a mouse in the house with Pargo there. Flicked away. 7 seconds to shoot. See what inbound play David Blatt comes up with.
Yeah, because this is still training camp, so they're looking to run different sets now.
Ball gets into the hands of Miller. Leading. Foul line, Jago.
He can still shoot the jumper.
He's one of those guys, when he lets it go, you expect it always to go in.
Out of Miami, known as the killer.
Perfect rotation. Always has been a superb jump shooter. Remember, early in his career, he was a guy who really attacked the rack. Long launch goes, and it's good for Sylvan Landisberg, who was a New York Player of the Year in his high school days. 22-20. Love wants the basketball inside, pinned his defender, and draws that foul.
When you see that, you've got to get him the ball, and that's exactly what Kyrie did. Get it to him a little earlier, though.
Miller, 15-foot pop, liking that wine and gold unit. Cavaliers +2.
All about us, man. Together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Together. Hey, Joe, hold. Hey, Joe.
And that right there is what it's like to have the power to lead as LeBron James does in many facets. Prior to Wednesday's wine and gold scrimmage, he told rookies Joe Harris and Alex Kirk to lead the team onto the floor. As good rookies do, they listen to their vets. But this time, they led only to find themselves leading no one but each other. Of course, it made for good laughs as 11-year vet James Jones held the rest of the team captive in the back, allowing Joe and Alex to experience Quicken Loans and the roar it makes alone for a little bit, guys.
Yeah, they didn't mind waiting for the reinforcements. Did Lenny and the guys do that to you when you were a rook?
No. I had to do all the, I carried the projector. I had to do the Gatorade. I had those kind of things, but they didn't pull those kind of tricks.
There's Joe Harris, the second-round rookie. And for those of you young enough wondering what the heck is a projector, that's what they used to play film on, right?
Well, you know how it is. I mean, technology, it was different back then.
It's changed just a little.
Yeah, it was a reel-to-reel.
Coach had to be able to splice it back together if it broke.
Exactly. Yeah, because I tried to break it about several times.
I'll bet you did.
But it wouldn't break.
24-20 off the love makes, so Kevin's got 4. Landesberg facing. Easy rebound for Verajao. Yogeb Ohayan is on the floor now at the point guard, wearing number 12, guarding Kyrie Irving. Love on the catch. Through the double team for Miller. Spot up 3-0. Landesberger ripped that rebound down.
They will get a lot of shots like that. A lot of uncontested threes, a lot of contested threes from a guy that's trying to double down and then has to get back out to the shooter.
Tyus jumps no. Love facing. Did not get the bounce. Landesberg with a rebound.
What you see is game legs. They don't have game legs yet. They have practice legs, but not game legs. That will come.
Yeah, shooting 42% from the floor. What's the difference between game legs and practice legs?
You get tired quickly, and once you lose that energy level, your legs become dead, and it's hard to get off the floor, and your timing is just off.
Familiar name there, Nate Lienhard, who played his college basketball at Akron. In fact, played with 2 of LeBron's teammates, high school teammates, with the Zips, Drew Joyce and Romeo Travis. And the Cavaliers Team Shop is home to the biggest selection of Cavs merchandise. Gear up for the season with brand new merchandise for the entire family. Shop the Team Shop at the queue on game day or go online anytime at CavaliersTeamShop.com. Seeing wine and gold all over Northeast Ohio. We're going to see it all over the NBA.
Everywhere. I mean, all the closet Cleveland fans will come out now that the Cavs have been restructured. All the other people will come out of the closet now.
Landesberg has good size at 6'6". Lou Amundsen checks in, well-traveled NBA veteran. He's had a nice camp. He's been very active on the glass. There he is inside. Missed it, though. Got his own miss and scored.
He and Andy both have the same energy level and the same type of game. Those two in there together will cause havoc on the board.
Don't you love mulligans? 26-22. Here comes Maccabi. Jump shot by Ben Altit goes awry. Miller will oftentimes shoot that 3-ball in transition. Amundsen again, a jump hook, lost it off the palm of his hand, though. Amundsen playing with his 9th NBA team in 8 years. Landesberg missed a shot, but he was fouled. But you see their motion offense, that ball does not stick.
It does not stick. You don't see. If you dribble the ball 2 or 3 times, you're going to the basket or doing something positive with the ball. And that's what keeps your defense off balance, is the fact that you never have an opportunity to sit on one player.
Landesberg played 2 years of college basketball at Virginia and departed right before Joe Harris arrived. His father is Jewish, so he has received Israeli citizenship. So it's 26-24. Give Landesberg now 7. Final 40 seconds of this opening quarter. Verajao looked off, and he drew that foul. And he says he's very healthy coming off the the national team experience with Brazil. See his numbers from a season ago. Gets that first to go. Hey, right now on FoxSportsOhio.com, must-see video of LeBron's son sinking a one-handed half-court shot last night after practice. It was pretty good. Kyrie Irving says the Cavs will be tough to stop in the open court this year. And Blue Jackets coach Todd Richards is left with a sour taste in his mouth after the preseason finale. Get complete coverage of all today's action involving Ohio sports on FoxSportsOhio.com. And, of course, there's plenty to read about the Browns' huge come-from-behind win today at Tennessee. 28-24. Wide pass, easy steal for Verajao. Matthew Dellavedova finding Marion on the block. Jump hook goes off. That's Andy. That's what he does.
That's what he does. Second chance opportunity.
Now they go for the final shot of the quarter. Dellavedova has to go to work. Off the glass! Convenient banking hours downtown on a Sunday night.
Delly is up to his own tricks. Off the board for two.
He knew he had to take that final shot of the quarter and knocked it down. So the Cavaliers put up 30 despite shooting 42% from the floor. And the New Era Cavaliers right here on Fox Sports Ohio. Well, official Sean Wright being joined by Dedrick Taylor and Josh Tibbins as we had our first new piece of video in the brand new NBA replay system, which is going to be awesome.
Yes.
As this is out of Secaucus, New Jersey now, as they have multiple camera angles, multiple replay officials headed up by our buddy Joe Borgia. And Joe got to give thumbs up to this play that had beat the clock. And because of that, Joe got a standing O in Secaucus for the first ever replay review in that brand new, beautiful facility, which we cannot wait to see. But what happens now is they will look at these pieces of video, and before the official on the floor gets over to the monitor, many times that decision is already made. So it speeds up the process, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful tool now that the NBA has instituted, and we'll have more explanation as that goes on throughout the preseason and regular season. But way to go, Joe. I know even Dick Bavetta is probably giving you a standing O for that particular historical moment.
Always want to be right, and this is the perfect way of getting it done.
Mike Miller for three.
From deep in the queue is Mike Miller.
So the Cavs with their largest lead of 9. Over a season ago, shot 46% outside the arc for Memphis in his return to the Grizzlies. LeBron James on the floor to start the second quarter. Nice little left-handed post-up that time by Alex Tyus.
Again, they're not an imposing team, but they are a very good executing team, and they shoot the ball well.
You can tell they're well coached.
Yeah.
And David Blatt laid that groundwork for Guy Gudis. He was his assistant for 5 years. LeBron steps into a three, knocks it down from three, 3-0, 36-26.
Delly set that up by forcing the defender, LeBron's man, to come to him, and LeBron lights it up deep in the key.
Amundsen out there as well for the Cavs. And a blocking foul on the Cavs. It's going to go against Dellavedova.
Tried a little slip the pick right there. Delly got there just a step late and draws the foul.
Has to get their set before the upward shooting motion and a bang-bang play down there.
But see, as the season goes on, they anticipate that a little bit better, and they will be able to get there quickly. Again, trying to get your game legs back, that's the difference right there, that little extra step.
Tristan Thompson returns, subbing for Varejao. And he sits down with 4 points, 5 rebounds already in 8 minutes. One more for Tyus. He played in Italy for a couple of years. Back on the Cavs. Leading by 8. Thompson hard right hand. Squares up and hits it.
Doing a good job of making sure he gets the shot he wants, squares his shoulders to the target and knocks it down.
Can no longer say dribbling with his opposite hand, can
No,
he?
you can't.
Of course, made that famous switch from left hand to right hand last season. Worked hard on it in the offseason as well. Again this summer. Right down that rebound. LeBron weaving his way. And a reach-in knockaway. And a foul on Maccabi.
Cavs doing a good job of forcing the action now. They get that rebound, looking to get down the other end of the floor, and LeBron leading the way.
Sean Marion will return. Taking over for Amundsen this time. So the Cavs going a little bit smaller.
They can just keep bringing them in, player after player. That's the beauty of this new Cavalier team.
David Blatt wants to look at all kind of combinations. LeBron healthy three. Thompson with a good seal-off and hustle. All stolen by Tyus. Back comes Pargo, almost walked. Nice find, though. Ball movement to Panini. No relation to the restaurant chain. And he fires it. And a Reach-in foul by Panini. Spelled a little bit differently, as you can see.
And you can see at that last possession for Tel Aviv, the next pass goes so fast, they don't give you a chance to sit on them. And that next pass is what gave him the jump shot down there.
Panini, by the way, grew up in Gahanna, Ohio. Inside, Thompson met at the top, and a terrific rejection by Tyus. Pearson was ready to rattle the iron there. Pargo, perpetual motion. Nice move to get to the hole.
Good job of penetrating by Pargo.
Showed that knack in his brief time with the Cavs. Remember, he played 25 games with them a couple of seasons ago. Averaged 8 points a game. LeBron on the turnaround, made it look easy.
He had a mouse in the house that time. He just turned around and shot over top of him.
That was more like the backyard because that was out near the elbow. 40-30. Pass over the top, bobbled.
Now,
here comes Tyus, his sweeping hook, no. Rebound to Tristan Thompson.
I think he was a little short for the lob pass.
Thompson was not good from LeBron James.
Super pass, great catch by Double T in midair to lay it in.
But you can see the mindset as soon as they get that rebound, go. Pargo tried to force things, somehow got it back, lost it. Here comes Dellavedova. Marion, Thompson again. Back to Shaw. LeBron almost tipped in an impossible attempt. Panini run off the line, one-legged shot, no. Marion, good rebounding position, has always been very good in that department, as you know, in his NBA career. LeBron James 10 points early on with a couple of rebounds, 2 assists. Forced to switch that time. Now he's double teamed. Right away inside and a goaltend. But you can see, LeBron says, I've seen every defense known to man. He says, I haven't mastered them all, but I've seen every look. And that time, as soon as the double team came, he found the open man.
Yes, he did. It was a great pass, but Marion recognized it and gave him an outlet pass from under the basket. That was good recognition by Marion.
For two teammates who are just getting together for the first time.
Yes.
But the basketball IQ on this team is off the charts, as David Blatt likes to say. LeBron, 2 the easy way, and then his signature feed to Tristan. .14 difference for the Wine and Golders. Here in the second quarter, Cavaliers taking on Maccabi Tel Aviv. Hey, enjoy an evening of collegiate boxing in iconic Tower City Center. The Cleveland Boxing Invitational, presented by First National Bank, is set for November 14th. For more information, visit clevelandboxinginvitational.com.
And Fred, showing you some of the fruits of this offense, the Cavs have 12 assists on 16 field goals. Wow. 7 players have at least 1 assist. That is what this offense is all about.
And remember, Atlanta led the league in that department at about 67% last season, if memory serves me correctly, so that's a great number. Panini, great dish inside, but Marion with a quick block.
Get that big stuff out of here.
Cavaliers on the run. Irving back out there. For 3! Picking up where he left off in Spain.
Cavaliers looking to get up and down the floor now. The first quarter, they just kind of got themselves loose. Now they're ready to go.
Now they're up to 50% shooting for the ball game. Pargo no looking. Knock away by Irving with a quick hand. Panini got it back and somehow willed it home. Guy Panini.
Yeah, he's not a craft. He's not a fancy guy. He's just a basketball player.
Waiters against Pargo. Sizes him up out high, off the bounce. Missed it. And rebound to Lienhart.
You see, those are situations right there where Kyrie's got to take over and get him into some kind of a play instead of just taking 1 or 2 bounces and heaving up a shot.
That's really the first time we've seen that happen tonight. Pargo created space, missed it badly. Easy rebound for Marion. He'll key the break himself. James head on a swivel. Irving wide open. Missed it. Marion says, how about another chance? Kyrie a bump. Finding Marion, ball pried loose, out of bounds, still belonging to the Cavs.
As you can already see what the biggest challenge for the Cavaliers on offense is going to be. They have so many guys that can beat you off the dribble. They can't get caught up into that. They got to run the offense to get all 5 guys involved instead of trying to do it one-on-one.
Pass up a good shot for an even better one, is what you're saying.
Yes.
That has been stressed since day 1 of training camp in this offensive system. Skip feed. LeBron throws that better than anybody. Over the top. Irving missing back-to-back trays. Landisberg back out there. These guys have 13 players in uniform, Maccabi does. Missing one of their main weapons, the man they call Baby Shaq. Oh, blocked at the top by Tristan Thompson, who rendered it useless.
Get that big stuff out of here.
Terrific timing. Tristan wants to get back to that part of his game. LeBron puts it up and in. So LBJ with 12. 49-32, the lead swells to 17.
Just like that. That's the type of team the Cavs have now. You can go along with them even, and then all of a sudden you're down 15.
A reach-in Cavalier foul. It's going to be assessed to Dion Waiters.
And what I'm anticipating, Fred, is their defense will be in 5-minute spurts. That's when they get those leads.
But Tristan Thompson, knowing what he's paid to do, rebound and defend. Cavaliers 49-32 leaders over Maccabi Tel Aviv, the reigning champions of the EuroLeague. We're in the second quarter. You see Terminal Tower, the cityscape, part of the silhouette and the brand new designed floor the Cavs have with the familiar wine and gold and their, of course, alternate color, the navy blue, which is back. And LeBron loves that accent of blue.
Yeah, but that is a great picture of the skyline on the floor. I mean, it adds a whole total look to the basketball floor out there, and I like to see it. It's just nice to see the skyline on the floor.
And a new phenomenal scoreboard and video board will be revealed on opening night here. Smith misfiring. Sweeping and get that rebound was Lienhart's. Long launch is good.
They can shoot it. One thing for sure, they can definitely put the ball in the basket.
Sylvan Landisberg has 10 now. Yeah, they're 5 for 11 outside the arc tonight, to your point. Kevin Love back out there. Played 12 minutes so far. LeBron James crossing over against Lienhart. Missed it. Took it right at the former Akron Zip. Irving in, left open. Made him pay for 3.
Dion doing a good job of penetrating, and Kyrie floating away from him, knocks it down deep in the cube.
So Kyrie, second Cavalier in double figures. He's got 10 on 4 of 9 from the floor. 52-35. Partido didn't force anything there. Nice blindside steal by Irving. He really ramped up his defense in Spain. And Cavs not able to finish off the fast break. But Kyrie was really ball hawking if you watched any of those competitions in the FIBA World Cup.
Yeah, he was. And a lot of that has come from that. I mean, he anticipated that move right there and caught the offensive player at the right time.
Inside 4 minutes to go in this first half. Smith, the teardrop, and it goes. Devin Smith on the drive. Hard right hand there. Oh, Euro Cup player the last 2 seasons. Played in Italy last year when he averaged 16 points a game. Ball not going to bounce, still in the hands of the Cavs. 11 to shoot. Now we get our first look in Cavalier wine and gold and Brendan Haywood. Early on, David Blatt said he's one of the fun stories of this camp, and the fact he's been healthy, coming off the fractured foot a year ago in which he missed the entire season with Charlotte.
Well, I tell you, if he can give the Cavaliers some positive minutes, he'll be big for the Cavaliers. Big.
He was key off the bench for the Mavericks in 2011 in their championship run. Got a loose ball foul inside. It's going to be assessed to the guys in yellow.
Because he's very long, he's aggressive, he's got a little mean streak in him. And that is what they're going to need that coming off the bench.
There you can see the grass across the arm. And the foul is on Jake Cohen. Cohen, a four-year college player at Davidson. Actually born in Pennsylvania. Of course, the same school that produced Stephen Curry. Waiters off his foot. Trying to get it back, does somehow. And that's not a play in David Blatt's book, I know that. Waiters steps into a wide open Jay. Missed it though. Rebound ripped down by Kevin Love and a loose ball foul. But Love again showing why he led the NBA in defensive rebounding a season ago.
Well, I like it because he rebounds in the crowd. That was when he had three players around him, still able to get his position to get the rebound. He's in a crowd there, and they're all around him there, but he gets himself body in position. He knows how to use his body to get in position for the rebound.
Waiters force the switch. LeBron, no look to Love. Puts it on the deck. Kevin Love had it partially blocked. Showing the ability to put it on the deck. We see him do that a lot in training camp, especially from those corners. Timeout on the floor. Cavaliers by 15. Cavaliers by 15. Right after the opening quarter, 30-24. As Kevin Love making his Cavalier home debut here tonight. Two-time All-Star. You know his exploits. Won an Olympic gold medal in 2012. LeBron James speaks so highly and has so much confidence in his ability.
Oh, he should, because LeBron knows his IQ. He knows how he plays the game, and he's a tough player. He plays hard. He comes at you every night, and he doesn't mind mixing it up. That's what I like about him. He doesn't mind throwing a few elbows or receiving a few elbows.
I know that feeling.
Well, Partido, I'm not going to start too much on you this year right away.
I'm
going to let you get seasoned first before I start attacking you a little bit.
You're going to wait till Chicago, game 2 of the regular season.
Oh, you know that game. I'll be ready for that one.
Yep. Of course, the Cavs will open up the regular campaign against New York here on national television on the 30th, then a night later in Chicago as they start a 4-game road trip. So an early acid test for the Cavs. 53-37. Give Kevin Love 5. Two-man game with Partido. Kyrie fighting through that screen. Lienhart. Had to give it up. Partido a bump with strength. Inside, nice dish to a dunking Alex Tyus, who's been very active here tonight.
And see, the dribble penetration is one thing they're going to have to work on, because they got to stop that, because I don't care how talented you are on offense. If you can't stop that on defense, you're not going to really have an advantage.
Love drew a double team. Very good passer out of these as we see him finding LeBron James. Just a 3-ball. LeBron shot over 50% last season from the two corners. Haywood switching out on Landesberg, who jumps it and hits it.
Well, Landesberg can shoot the ball, baby.
Yeah, he's had a nice stroke here tonight. Ooh. Sylvan Landesberg is actually the ACC Freshman of the Year in the Virginia Cavalier uniform in 2009. In fact, his first game at the college level, he went for 28, 8, and 8.
Wow.
How about that for a debut?
Wow, man. He controlled the court that night.
Sure did. Didn't score 61, but...
well, you know how to do it. You got to have a lot of stamina to do that.
Yeah, yes, you do. And the green light to do it, too, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Cavaliers with a lead of 11 now with a $1.50 left in this first half. Hey, sign up for the Cavaliers single-game ticket lottery. Register at Cavs.com for the chance to score seats to December games at the Cube. Winners will be selected beginning November 3rd. Cavs basketball is presented by Discount Drug Marts. Toughest ticket in town.
Yes, it is.
Wow. I'm
yes,
sure you're getting a lot of requests, aren't you?
Oh, man, and I can't fill the request. I mean, it's just not there. I mean, what can I do?
Friends you didn't know you had, right?
Oh, they come out of the woodwork. Remember me? I was your friend from 1925. I'm like, oh, yeah?
I'm not that old, right?
You're right. They go. I was 2 when I was watching you play.
Oh, thanks. And by the way, do you have a couple of tickets?
Right.
Let's cut to the chase.
Right.
Bob looking for Haywood. Inside. And taking away a traveling violation on Brendan Haywood.
What they're doing is working on, if you see, Haywood's playing with the starters. They're trying to work him in because there's going to be spurts in the game when they want to try to put him in there to have more control inside.
Up that pivot foot. And we have a reach-in foul on Kyrie Irving.
And I'm anticipating, Fred, the Cavs will be more of a spurt defensive team. What I mean by that, 4 or 5 minutes of each quarter, they're going to put it on you so they can get out on the break.
Cavs have led by as many as 17. Maccabi coming back here. Inside for that man, Alex Tyus, up the ladder.
That will have to be corrected. That's a staple in the NBA. You'll get that in your face all night.
Yeah, other teams will take note of that in a hurry. Kevin Love on the block. Drops it off to Haywood. Put it down, and he's fouled. Brendan Haywood somehow, some way.
The big fella showing a little strength that time. Good drop pass down by Love. The big fella able to get a hold of it and lay it in. Nice pass there and good strength by the big fella to get it up and then opportunity for a three-point play.
Free throwing has never been really his strength. Although 6 years ago he jumped from 59% to 73%. He called it an epiphany. He didn't know why.
You're right.
But the epiphany works there because he knocked that down.
He had an out-of-body experience.
Yeah. He's got a great sense of humor. 56-44. Here comes Partido, knocked away because of a foul on Irving, I presume. No, it's a foul on LeBron James for the body. So Partido to the stripe. Let's see if you can spot the contact. Maybe a reach in there for LeBron.
Yeah, I guess that it was an awful weak reach in. I didn't see it. LeBron didn't see it himself.
So Partido has 7, looking for 8. Jeremy Miller played at Gonzaga. Grew up in Chicago.
Solid basketball player there. He's a solid man.
You know what? A very, very good teammate. Just constant energy. Out of bounds, so Cavaliers get it back. Again, Partido with his second stint with Maccabi after having played for David Blatt a couple of seasons ago. Cavs can possibly go 2 for 1 here. Gotta hurry though if they do. Now just work for a good shot. Good look, Haywood inside from LeBron. 7 seconds on the shot clock. On the strip.
Well, you know, it has to be a pleasure for Dion and Kyrie to play with guys that pass the ball like Love and LeBron.
Love for 2. Toe on the line as he hit it. He did have a toe on that three-point line.
Again, finding how he fits in. That's the biggest thing in the preseason. Finding how you fit in on all aspects of the game.
Josh Tiven was all over that, had a good look at it. Final seconds of this second quarter. Tyus again. Offensive foul as Kevin Love took one for the team.
Well, he knew that Haywood had got one out to defend, so he knew he was the only one under there to protect the basket. Haywood's way out. He steps in, takes one for the team. Good defensive recognition by Love.
So 4.5 seconds now. See if the Cavs can get off the shots.
Oh, LeBron with the ball, he didn't get a shot.
The fall away, and that will finish 2 quarters of basketball in the preseason lid lifter here at the Quicken Loans Arena. And the Cavs ring up 58 points in the first half, shooting 45% from the floor.
It won't be offense that's the problem. It'll be the defensive end. But I imagine this team will be a spurt defensive team. 5 minutes each quarter. They're going to lay it on you so they can get out on the break. That's how they got their lead this half.